No chicanery this time, gamers. A hero of the Moscow Empire. When the war needed him most, Frying Pan Sam returned to give us another Mario Kart video. I did ask him, I did DM him and ask him if it's okay if I just watch the tier list portion, but I have watched the first half of this video myself, and Frying Pan Sam is funny as hell. I'll be real with you guys. I don't know what it is about Frying Pan Sam's videos, but the pacing, the jokes, the memes, it's all like specifically tailored to be funny to me and only me. I love his content, all right? If there are no fans of Frying Pan Sam, I'm fucking dead, okay? I'm dead! The reaction doesn't start until he hits 6K, okay? I'm holding all of you guys, I'm holding all of you hostage. The reaction doesn't start until he hits 6K, okay? Until then, I'm gonna do my Mario Kart hurdle, okay? I'm holding you all hostage. I'm holding you all hostage here. All right, what's today's song? That's Baby Park. Baby Park, the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe version, thank you. Is that 100? Is that 100? It's what, 5,900? Oh, okay. I guess we're not. I don't think I can get you 100 subs today, Frying Pan Sam. I think that's a bit too much work. All right, a bit too much work. Can we get like okay? The reaction doesn't start until we get 5.91. All right, let's get to 5.91 at least. All right. Is it 5.91 yet? 5.92, gamer! Yes! Hang on, 5.93. It doesn't start until we hit 5. It doesn't start until we hit 5.93. Okay, can we get to 5.93, gamers? While I do my Mario hurdle. Oh fuck! This is it's when you have to get the first Grand Star in Mario Galaxy. I know it. I just don't know the music. What's the name? It's the first Grand Star. You know that journey you go on. What's it called? Is it called Gateway? I don't think it's Gateway Galaxy, is it? No, it's not called Gateway. It's called something else. It's got a different name. It's got like a weird name. That's what it is. Oh, cheating. I know what it is. I just need the name. Like, I literally know what it is. So it's not me looking at the chat for a cheat sheet. I just need to tell me the name. That's what it is. It's something Gateway. No, it's called something. Hang on. Okay. Okay. This is the one type chat. I'm disappointed in you. Usually you guys are the encyclopedia. You guys are the encyclopedia, but this time I actually have to be late. I actually have to look stuff up myself. I can't believe this. Where's the Mario Galaxy OST? It's called like something else. I reacted to this whole OST. I know it's something else. Is it To the Gateway? When you want to load, take your time. No, it's not To the Gateway. Okay, it's observation and mission select. Into the galaxies. I think it's Into the Galaxy, right? Yes! Okay, it's called Into the Galaxy. That's what it is. Okay, and it's gonna do that thing where it doesn't show me. Oh, okay. I hate these hurdle websites so much. Because I'm typing Into the Galaxy. Nothing showing up. Yeah, this game sucks. This game sucks. Is it Enter the Galaxy? How about Enter the Galaxy? Okay, there it is. Okay, so it's the video that's wrong. Video man is wrong. There we go. Way! I got that eventually. Okay, Frying Pan Sam check. Where we at? Where we at? Are we at 5.93? Okay, guys, 5.94. I promise, that's it. 5.94, and that's it. I'll move on. We'll move on. We'll get to 5.94 while I do my while I do my Sonic hurdle. Let's do my Sonic hurdle, shall we? Sonic hurdle volume 3. What's this one? I don't know this one. Sonic Bros, you're gonna have to help me. I've not played this game. I've not played this game. I need this. Help me out, guys. Sounds like Black Knight, but from what OST though? What OST? One of the Wii games, probably Black Knight. Some in Black Knight. Is that what it's called? No, it's not called that. What is it called? Transform into Excalibur Sonic cutscene. Would never have guessed that. All right, where are we at, Frying Pan Sam? Where are we at? Are we at 5.9? Guys, 5.9 frame. That's the last one. I promise. 5.94 and I'll move on. I promise. That's a. I would never, chat. I would never break a promise. Okay, I would never break a promise. All right. Undertale / Deltarune. Undertale / Deltarune. Where are we at? Is the website broken? Okay. Website machine broke. Website machine broke. Chat. Isn't there like a Mario Hurdle 2? I could swear there's a Mario Hurdle 2. Oh, no, that's not a Mario. That's a Twitch link. Isn't there a Mario Hurdle 2, or is it just the one? I think they've only got the one. What other ones were there? Chat, what other ones were there? Oh, Pokemon Hurdle. Let me do my daily Pokemon Hurdle. It's too bad it doesn't work. Okay. Loading player. Come on, you got me. You got this. Load for me. There was an error loading the video. Okay. Where we at, Mr. Sam? Sam, the frying man. Right, but guys, 5.95 when we start. Okay, I promise. No. Hey, mods, what's happening? Mods, what's happening here? It's not gonna. Okay, this is just ass. This is just ass. I'm actually so broken. There's no way, and we're not even gonna hit 5.5. Are we? This is terrible. Everything's crashing now. Look, even YouTube's crashed. I can't even refresh the page. And when I refresh the... See, we're stuck at 5.8. We're stuck, gamers. We're stuck. What about Infinite? Does Infinite work? Okay, Infinite works. Oh, Infinite works. Okay, we can do one of these. All right. That's Spear Pillar. I hate that I knew that from one wind sound effect. Yeah, guys. I'm ashamed of myself. I'll be real with you. That's too much. That was too much even for me. That was too much. That was embarrassing, guys. I'll be real with you. That's the victory theme from GSC. Not Victory Road, Victory. Gold, Silver? Yeah. No, Victory Gymney, no, just Victory. Victory Trainer. Yeah. Yeah, I had too much of this. I'll keep going forever. I'll actually keep going. The whole stream could be this. Guys, come on, guys. 5.95. Come on, guys, please, guys, come on. Help a brother out. Come on, one more. We'll do one more. Oh, actually, one I didn't get frame one. Hang on. It's the you beat a Team Galactic grunt in BDSP. Victory. Team Galactic. Brilliant damage showing pearl, I think. No. Is it not? Or am I going crazy? Where is this one? Oh, it's a Victory Elite 4. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, BDSP soundtrack sucks anyway. Okay, gamers, we're there, finally! Okay, but listen, I promised. Okay, we got up to 5. Okay, we got it. Okay, gamers! After holding you hostage, let's begin. Mario Kart 64 is a nostalgic mess review plus course ranking.
Bang, bang.
Thank you so much, CJ. I'm technically in the video because of a screenshot. Well, you know what? I'm removing it. How about that? How about that, CJ? How about that? Moresty, edit him out. Me and Moresty are chill now. As I said before, Frying Pan Sam, one of the GOATs, okay? Big fan. If there are no Frying Pan Sam fans, I am dead. And I urge everyone to go and subscribe. I will be watching just the ranking portion, although I thoroughly recommend all of you guys watch the whole video because it is hilarious as hell. I had to stop myself from watching beyond the halfway mark because I was having such a good time watching this, I'll be real with you. So, from the halfway mark, Mr. Sam, I've got my chicken bites ready. Take it away.
First thing to note is that there's actually less courses in the previous game, with 16 instead of 20. Now, I like how they started doing 4 tracks in each cup from here on out. I thought 5 was a bit much, but with there still being 4 cups, 64 is tied with Double Dash for the record low in the series. Quantity doesn't necessarily mean quality, of course. 8 Deluxe might have a whopping 96 tracks, but a handful of them is the type of shit you see in the Garfield show. And even with Double Dash's measly selection, I wouldn't call a single one of these courses bad. Both of these games have great track selections, it's just that one is quantity based and the other is quality based.
True.
64, however, is an example of the secret third type, called neither. There are a handful of strong ones, but I can't say I'm too keen on most of them. And this game
make your predictions, Chad. Is he gonna be a Banshee Andy? You see, if Frying Pan Sam is truly my GOAT, he will hate Banshee Boardwalk just like me. Don't spoil it if you know, by the way. But let's find out. Let's find out if he is.
Also home to some of the lowest lows in all of Mario Kart. Some take half of my life to finish. Some are designed in a janky and unpolished state. They just have this overall first draft feeling. The inconveniences of these courses really aren't for me, but I can definitely say they're for someone. I've saved talking about time trials until now because it's relevant to what makes this game super appealing to a certain audience. While the lack of polish is seen as a bad thing to the AVGNs of the world, such as myself, it actually makes for a very interesting field for speedrunners. All the glitches and exploits create some insane cuts. You can clip through this one wall at the start of Wario Stadium, then clip back to the other side to actually beat the course before your hair starts turning gray.
Yeah, I will say, and I think Fran, you're probably going to talk about this, I'm guessing, in this section, right? Watching speedrun videos of this game is actually insane. Like, genuinely is insane. Like, the Summoning Salt videos are, like, some of the craziest videos I've ever watched. So I have to give 64 that. Game sucks, though.
There's this downward section at the start of Rainbow Road, and you can use that to jump off to the left and launch yourself light years ahead. I've never pulled it off myself, but just from looking at someone else do it, I feel such euphoria. And that's only the beginning. The dedication of this community led to so many entertaining ways that these courses can be torn apart. From using a shell to send yourself flying over wall collisions.
But every Mario Kart is fun to watch a speedrun? No, I disagree. Literally 64 is the best one by a country mile. I'll give 64. If I'm going to go in one compliment, 64 is genuinely the best to watch a speedrun of.
Loopholes around lap counters, or from sheer brute force and willpower. Even with only the shortcuts allowed for competitive speedrunning, it's still made for a very exciting game to shave as many milliseconds as possible. The fact that there's multiple Summoning Salt videos for this game speaks for itself. There's a really interesting story behind the speedrunning community that my words can't do justice. So if you haven't already, go watch the Summoning Salt videos. They're an incredible listen. While it is fascinating how much Mario Kart 64 can get exploited, and I know I'm going to sound like the fun police here, but this doesn't necessarily...
It doesn't necessarily make a good game, right, Mr. Sam?
Make the game better. I mean, it shouldn't be on the player base to make the game fun. There should be an enjoyable game to begin with. And it should be a bad sign that the only single-player experience of value is the most unintended approach imaginable. Like, for example, I find fun in playing checkers, but not from the actual game. It's actually really boring. But because I like to throw the checker pieces at my opponent. Of course, that's just based off my personal definition of a good game, which could vary between person to person. I'm not downplaying the value this has to the speedrunner. I can wholeheartedly agree that this game can do a lot for the right person. It's just that I'm not that person. Goodbye.
What? Just like that, the community was in remiss. There was no better speedrun than this. There was no way you could refine the speedrunning tactics for this specific game.
How does that even happen though? Like, fucking hang on.
Bye.
The red shells in this game are so shit. I think he mentions that in the video. The red shells in this game are so shit, man. It's actually the worst thing about this game, like, in terms of the items. I hate the items in this game so much, man. They're so ass, man.
Just like that, the community was in remiss. There was no better speedrun than this. There was no way you could refine the speedrunning tactics for this specific game down any further at all.
The primitive course design tends to have me like them less instead of more. But of course, I don't think this is an entirely poor showing. A decent amount of these I have a pretty fun time with, so I think it'd be fitting if I went through each of these courses to give my analysis on why I think they're either bangers or snoozers. And I don't see a better way to do that than
with a tier list!
That's right, this is the course ranking part of the video. And despite there being only 16, I've got a lot to say about them, so I think this is a good checkpoint for the video. You can go grab a snack, get something nice to drink, take a generational shit from your Uber Eats.
I would've got my water, man.
I won't waste any more time. Let's start by talking about the worst course in
Wario Stadium, obviously, right?
You
no guesses for that.
Edge of your seat, wondering
it's
what
Wario
it could
Stadium,
possibly
guys.
be.
This shit look nasty as fuck!
Let's be real. The only correct answer for the worst course in Mario Kart 64 is Wario Stadium. I doubt I'll get any pushback, because you cannot look me in the eye and tell me that this is excellence. It's an empty stadium of dirt, sorrow, and more dirt. There are no obstacles at all. Sometimes they have bumps that really put you at the edge of your seat. Whoa, whoa, slow down, Siggy Shiggy. This is too much for the Star Cup.
Siggy Shiggy meant... Oh, guys, I'm not voting the video twice now. Siggy Shiggy mentioned my goat.
There's also this big jump. Wow. And by the small chance you don't make it, you have to do a large portion of the track again. Wow. And you can clip into a wall at a certain angle to beat the course in mere seconds.
Wow.
And if you don't cheat, the course is over 5 minutes long.
Wow.
5 minutes. of this.
Wow.
Wow. And you could endure that whole 5 minutes of front running only for a computer player at the very last second to sneak up behind you, throwing any of your remote efforts in the trash.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, indeed, brother. I say shells suck in general in this game. They're slower than a top speed. I mean, most of the time they can hit you back. Yes, it's terrible. It's actually so bad, honestly. It's terrible.
Leave it to Mario Kart 64 CPU.
That fucking shell that I hate. I hate it.
To make a terrible track even worse. And the Wario
Hang on. Well, Mr. Starlight, I can't believe this game is. We got a Starlight alert. We got a Starlight alert track. We getting a... I can't believe this game is. I can't believe this. I'm gonna people are not lying for a sec, but damn, why are people saying the remake ruined that track by removing half of it? Because it's all about the money, Spider-Man. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. Being negative sales, Mr. Starlight. That's what it is, because it's definitely that. Unless we've played it, we can't really judge yet. So anyone saying it sucks is just riding that hate. They're having a bit of an Nintendo moment, you know what I mean?
Gaming is so half-assed. We have a spinning Wario sign somewhere and copy and paste Wario heads along the stadium. These really hit different while playing. They really chip into your descent into madness. Yeah, it's no wonder why Wario Stadium was left untouched for the longest time. I don't know yet how much better the remake and world is going to be, but I saw ramps, so like, it's automatically better, and now the novelty of it being the only non-remade 64 course has dissipated. I can fully abandon
do you know what's even going to be worse? Like, imagine if, like, N64 Wario Stadium in Mario Kart World is just okay. Would that be, like, the worst legacy for a track in, like, Mario Kart history? Because, like, in your original game, you're, like, the worst thing by a country mile. And then when you finally get a remake, you would just... Bruh, that'd be sad. That'd actually be so sad. I think it'd single-handedly be the worst track in the series, like, in an objective sense, you know what I mean? Because, like, not only will you shit here, but, like, if you're, like, just okay in world, good grief. Bro, that's gonna be fun. I can't wait for that. I hope it is, just because it'd be funny, but we'll have to wait and see.
This embarrassment of a race course without looking back. And for the record, Vanilla Lake 1 is still worse because, while it is brief, it just pisses me off so much more. By the way, if we're gonna keep copying Shea Frillas, I made a revised list of everything I ranked last place.
Lost Levels is still the worst last place thing. Oh, I can't believe this. All that work getting you to 5.95, only for you to be wrong and skippity. Water Temple is the best of the worst. I still need to watch your Dungeons ranking.
I don't know how long we're gonna keep up this bit, but do you know what's scarier than plagiarism?
Yes,
Boardwalk.
yes,
Not only because it's
yes. Welcome home, Mr. Sam. Let's go. Yes, he's one of us. He's one of us. He's one of our own. He's one of our own. Frying Pan Sam. He's one of our own. Let's go.
Spooky track, but because it's scary how dog shit it is. First off, yeah, it's got a spooky atmosphere to appreciate with the pitch black.
Like, as I said before, like, it's just way too easy, and this one turn here is like the only time where it actually becomes a special cup track, and it just comes out of nowhere. So it's like if this is a flower cup track, it'd be a bit more acceptable. For fucking special cup, lad. Send him home.
Void in the weird abandoned house that welcomes you in the most unwelcoming fashion. But honestly, it's not even the spookiest track in this game, and the eeriness it's going for quickly becomes irritating. The music being the clearest example of that. It's more noise than music with the insistent knocking and scraping sound.
That shit is fucking trash.
Yes, Bo, come on.
This is
terrible.
Hands down the worst Mario Kart course music of all time, and I doubt anyone could convince me of something else. If you say Tour LA Laps, I will track you down. But how about the...
What do you mean? Oh, well, okay, it's not the worst. Are you a Tour LA Laps defender? It's still bottom. Not as bad as it is. Bad. Not as bad as this though. It sucks though, but it sucks.
Track itself. It's the third track of the
Watch. Frying Pan Sam's gonna be like, no, but it was my childhood, Misty. It was my childhood. That's how you all sound.
The penultimate challenge of the game. It'll really test your hold on the shitty controls with the sharp turns and narrow boardwalk. But at the same time, it doesn't. Banshee Boardwalk is some sort of enigma where it both bores me to death and makes me pull my hair out. How is that even possible? Well, let's see. A late game level should be this grand, death-defying test of your skills. No handouts, no mercy.
True.
So why the fuck are there guardrails everywhere?
That's what I'm saying. I've been saying this for years, and no one's been listening to me. That's what I'm saying, Mr. Sam.
About you, but this is
I like
quite
you
a
when the
bit
video
of
man agrees
handouts
with
and mercy. I get having
This is too many.
guardrails at the beginning
I
because
know,
you gotta
right?
ease the
This
player
is too
in
many.
and give them a bit of practice.
Just
But
remove
they
like
shouldn't
half
be
of them
at
and the
most
track
of
is
the
better.
turns throughout the level. And the moment they
Because you're wrong. See, listen, boo, boo, boo. Matthew, it's Daniel Dumb is in the chat. Daniel Dumb is in the chat. Cinnamon lads, you're
decide
wrong.
to take
You're
you off the
wrong.
leash, it's at this sharp double turn that has 0 guardrails. It comes out of nowhere and the controls sure don't do any favors. It ends up being the worst of both worlds. It's too forgiving and then it suddenly decides not to be. Just goes from 1 to 100 just like that. There's not enough tight turns either. It feels like we're going straight for way too long. Doesn't get much better inside the spooky house. Just a series of uncomfortable turns and the bats being less of an interesting hazard and more
They hated Jesus because he spoke the truth. Bro, you ain't no Messiah, that's for sure, brother. That's for sure. And when we crucify you, you ain't resurrected in 3 days, brother. That's my damn
they
sure.
just throw in
That's
your
my damn
face.
sure.
The only things I remotely like are the boos that boo all over the place, and the big fish that jumps over the boardwalk. Apart from those nice bits, Banshee Boardwalk is a stale ghost track where the difficulty is all over the place.
Hang on. Next is the ice track. It's gonna be Sherbetland next, right? Make a guess, chat. It's gonna be Sherbetland next, I think.
Either disappointing, frustrating, or flat out annoying. 3 variations of not fun. Also, pray that nobody gets lightning in this course.
Flashing lights.
So that's 2
Jesus,
tracks
I didn't know it did that. That's terrible. Good grief.
in this game that are complete
Rainbow Road,
garbage.
probably Rainbow Road,
and I'm
actually.
glad that we now get to talk about 3 pretty bad courses.
Rainbow Road is definitely there.
That deed.
Okay, so the lowest D tier course is... Wait, this can't be right, can it? Rainbow Road?
Rainbow Road.
Yeah, sorry, this has to be some sort of mistake because, like, come on,
it's not low enough.
Mario Kart 64's
It's not low
Rainbow
enough.
Road. Such a charming and magical little
Charming mention.
victory lap. You got the colorful light show of all the characters, they all look so good. You got goofy chain chomps that munch across the road, they can really mess you up. And can't forget about that music, it's such a
Where's the Subway Surfers, mate? We're gonna need some Subway Surfers,
beautiful
lad.
melody and it brings back so many memories.
Subway
Now,
Surfers,
yeah, lots of
please.
people
I'm getting
complain
bored.
about how
I'm
long
playing
it
on my
is, but,
phone.
like, come on.
I'm already
I think
getting
people
bored.
are over-exaggerating. It's not
No.
that long. And
No,
even
it's
if it is a
terrible.
bit drawn out.
Oh, he's got me.
Rainbow
Oh, he's got me
Road
covered. Don't worry, he's got me covered. He's got me covered. But oh, thank you, Mr. Sam. I was getting bored. I was literally just about to play some Loop Hero. Thank you.
is all about the scenery. Just
Damn,
taking it all
you be
in.
doodling and
All the
jumping.
beautiful
You be
sights
doodling and
amazing
jumping.
sounds. You know, it's just that gamers don't have the patience these days. You see, back when I was a kid, I played through the entirety of Rainbow Road and wish it never ended. Especially when I was playing with all my siblings. God, it was such a fun time with all of us in the living room. I remember
does he do it? My father.
afterwards we all walked down to the CVS because there was a CVS in walking distance from our house. And they had an ice
my
cream
father.
stand there, so we all got
father.
ice cream. I remember my favorite ice cream flavor was Rocky Road. You know, it's like chocolate ice cream and has marshmallows and all.
Does it?
26 salmon
Oh, shit, YouTube Shorts. Let's go.
much like a firework, except for the fact that it is salmon. 500.
Who's this? What happened to him? Is this like Russian German? Fire alarm? What's going on? What the hell happened to that guy? He's crying in the studio after hearing his homie's music. He's not making it. This poor guy.
There was this one kid, I think his name was Kyle. He got really mad and shit. When kids were making fun of him in the playground, he would like chase them around with a traffic cone and throw them. Since
Traffic?
playground
What
was
the
next to
hell?
the parking lot, so
What happened
he'd
to
go
your
grab one of the
childhood,
traffic
bro?
cones.
Shit.
There was this kid who picked his nose all the time.
Yeah,
There was
he's a
this
weirdo.
Australian kid who I think was a sociopath.
Yeah,
and there was
Australians
this
will
one
do
kid
that.
Whose name was Seven, like the number 7.
The number
He kept
7?
being an
Crazy.
asshole to me for months, so one
Yeah,
day I
fuck
had
7.
enough and I threw a chair at him.
6 should have been it. 7 should have been afraid of 6.
I have a confession. I am a Christian, but I'm gay.
Bro, what is your YouTube Shorts algorithm, brother? God damn. Is this YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels?
Manifest Destiny, Richard Nixon's Watergate. I always found
Well, how did we get to Richard Nixon?
the name to be funny.
It's Reels? I've never seen Reels before.
Like, it sounded like Nixon.
Is Reels
blew up his
is Reels really that insane compared to like TikTok? I've heard Reels is like a fucking minefield, you know what I mean?
or something and flood a bunch of houses. But now it's just burglary, stealing information in some hotel.
Yeah, it's really weird, isn't
boring
it?
Shit.
I
Is
thought it
that
was
what inspired the
honestly,
name
I
for-
thought it was something water-based as well, but no, it's just like the name of a fucking hotel. How weird is
like,
that, right?
Gamergate, Pizzagate,
Yeah,
Elsagate.
it's weird,
You
isn't
guys
it?
remember Elsagate? That shit was scary.
Yeah, it was
when you
weird,
really
yeah.
looked into it. I mean, parents had their kids watching some abhorrent shit on their web.
That was a
iPads
crazy
instead
time
of,
to be on the
you know,
internet.
actually taking care of it.
The Ronaldo Liz. Wait. For 100 mil?
Hey,
SpongeBob.
dear pesky plumber.
Oh, snooker. Can I see the clip? Let me see the clip.
Stuff,
No,
like
I want to see the
making
clip.
YouTube videos and video games.
Instagram Real comments worse than 4chan for open rate. Is it really that bad? I need to see, because I want to see it for myself. I've always heard that Instagram Reels were like terrible. Like they were so, like the comments are like brutal. I need to see it for myself. I'm curious.
And shit.
Because like TikTok can get bad sometimes, you know what I mean? Finally done, huh?
Huh? What? Oh, holy shit, we're done? Jesus Christ. Okay, let's be so for real. S-tier
so for real, man.
visuals, S-tier music, as a racetrack, absolutely horrendous.
It's
Number
atrocious,
13
mate.
is Sherbet Land.
Hell yeah, here comes the correct.
Did anyone else
the
used to
correct
pronounce
take.
it like Sherbet? Like it's French or something?
Nah, it's just you, brother. Anyone in the chat? Anyone? No, Sherbet.
I don't know. This course
If
has
anything, I called it Sherbet with like an extra R. That's why I called it Sherbet Land. It's probably Sherbet Land, isn't it? I don't know.
one thing going for it, and that's the penguins. I love them with all my soul. It's not
Penguin.
their fault that this course is bad. It's just so dull. While I gave
Bro, same. Who else used to call it Sherbet? Who was it? Who else? Who else am I getting rid of? Who else am I getting rid of? Who else is getting? You guys aren't. Listen, you guys are secondhand citizens here, okay? Me. Who else? Who else is it? Who else is getting gone? Frying Pan Sam sends his regards.
gave a whole college lecture on how the N64 limitations makes these courses feel special. It actually makes it worse in Sherbet Land's case. It reduces the state of the already visually plain setting of an ice lake. They pretty much took Vanilla Lake 2 and scaled it way up, meaning that the best part being jumping across the cracks is far less impactful, and you just have these ginormous, prolonged sheets of ice where nothing happens. Oh, sorry, my bad. I forgot about this big rock that you have to drive around. Holy shit. The cave section has at least something.
Where's the donor machine broke? Where's the donor? It's not appearing on my thingamajig. Oh no, I guess we'll just never found out how the TTS pronounces it. Because the dono's just not coming up. Thank you for the 2. I guess we'll see if the dono comes in like super late. We'll find out. Like
thing going for it. You have these ice pillars being circled by 2 penguins on opposite sides. So
You
in
broke
order
the
to not
dono
get hit by a
machine.
penguin that comes into view,
Strange.
you need to pay attention to the penguin you can see to recognize where the other is.
Oh, I
It's
noticed
a
that
great
too.
obstacle that tests
Yeah, it's
your
cool.
pattern recognition. If only you couldn't just hug the left wall to avoid them no matter what. There's just too much cold, dead air that lasts far longer than the actual interesting part. I was considering an F, but, you know, penguin. Also, at least it ends before I become depressed.
Mm-hmm.
And penguin. Number 12,
Frappe
Snowland. It's a shame that 64 is home to 2 ice courses where neither are good. I was struggling to even write anything about Frappe Snowland because there's barely anything to say. What, do you want me to talk about the
snowmen? The snowmen are kind of cool. The snowman maze?
Understated hazards until that one part where they vomit a bunch of them. This is what it's like walking into a Staples and there's Shaquille O'Neal everywhere. At the end, they have this ice crevice you go between, which is cool, I guess. You can't
Listen, you can't just throw in a Linkara reference out of nowhere. Okay, you're not allowed. Mr. Sam, you can't do that, okay? I am.
can't drive on the end. They
One more
have this
time,
ice
please.
crevice you go between, which is cool, I guess. You can't drive on the wall.
I'm a simple man, guys. I'm a simple man. I see a Linkara reference, I upvote, okay? I need an I guess. What's so implausible about a bad credit card? I'll be out when it's out. Stop asking about the power. The donor machine's broke. Guys, stop donating. The donor machine is broke. I need the light bringer to help me with my donor machine. It's broke. I tell you, it's broke. Frying Pan Sam, you've cost me my donuts. You've ruined everything. I need to pay this off on my bad credit card. Thank you so much, Superstar. It's just broken. We don't know, but thank you for the 2. Weirdly enough, I think N64 Sherbet Land would work amazing for a 3D platform. It's horrendous as a racetrack. Yeah, it's just a whole lot of nothing. It's just visual nothing. I'm gonna say it, guys. It's visual slop. That's what it is. It's visual slop. It's slop, guys. I said that. I said the S word. Therefore, I'm right. What's happening? No, seriously. I'm gonna try and fix it in the background, but one more time, Mr.
You
Sam.
have this ice crevice you go between, which is cool, I guess. You can't drive on the walls of the crevice because this course hates fun. It abuses these out-of-bounds zones. I get that you don't want me to take huge cuts, but I feel like you could have let a little bit looser. I want to play in the snow, damn it. Let me feel rewarded for thinking outside the box.
Yeah, I always thought that was weird about Frappe Snowland as well, is that like they just never let you, like, I understand they don't want you going too far off-road, but like, it feels a bit harsh, you know what I mean? It's the one time where I start to understand the Lakitu stands, when they're like, oh, Lakitu and Mario Kart 8 just ruins the fun. I'm just like, shut up, nerd. Let him put you back on the race course, okay? It makes it better for like 99% of other players. Shut up, nerd. But in this track, I'm just like, what the fuck, Lakitu, man? Let me do something. What the hell, bro?
Only putting this higher than Sherbet Land because it is a bit more involved with having more curves, and it actually looks pretty nice. Unlike Sherbet Land, the graphic style offers some nice imagery, like the night sky and a cool looking gradient in the snow. But similar to Rainbow Road, prettiness can't carry a pretty uninspired level.
Yeah.
And now that we've approached the C tiers, we can hopefully see some more substance than style.
Let's find out.
Panchito, mira, me llegaron las
Hey fellow Redditors,
Reddit!
r/ am I the asshole for not really liking you?
Shut up. No, you are. You are r/am I the asshole. You're the asshole. No. Who said no? I like this one. Oh, this is like one of the, one of the 4 good ones? I think it was this, N64 BC, Royal Raceway, and I think there was one more I'll put him up, like, the only good 4. I'm blanking on the last one, obviously. But like, it's just like one of the good YTA gamers. YTA, you're the arsehole. You're the arsehole, Mr.
I
Sam.
get the appeal. It's definitely the most unique course in this game. There's not 2, not 3, not 4, but...
Cooper Drew Beach, that was the other one. Thank you. That was the other one.
At least 5 different paths you can take that twist and turn around, each with their own length and difficulty. It can make for a very spontaneous race, so much so that not even the referees can keep a tally of who is where, so they leave everyone's placements a mystery until they cross the finish line. I do find the concept of an ambiguous race interesting, putting more focus on exploration and plotting out your own route.
It is
but
quite
when
interesting.
it's my 20th playthrough, I start to lose that Dora the Explorer in me. Once I figure out which path is optimal and which ones suck, the novelty of exploration plummets, almost as much as you do when you fall off the path.
I would say, like, yeah, the novelty does definitely wear off, but I still think there's enough source in the path choices you have to make where I'm still enjoying my time regardless. Do you know how, I said this, like, the shorter path is so noticeably short and so noticeably harsher that you might want to opt for an easier path. Does that make sense? Whereas with Yoshi Valley, all the paths are so easy that, like, why would you take nothing but the left and left again? That was my issue. So, like, yeah, while the exploration factor definitely dies down after a while, the choice making is still very much prevalent. So, I disagree, Mr. Sam. I disagree.
Which is for an eternity. This is the worst part by far. One slip up.
Like, the servers are dead. The servers are dead, by the way, the chat. The servers are dead. Like, it's actually just dead. The servers are dead.
As you sit and watch as it mocks your mistake, costing you any chance of getting back to first place. What, it makes the course harder? Is this how you do it? Artificially prolonging my punishment? Why don't I make this video longer by placing an ad break here? I have a few grievances
Didn't work, brother. Haha.
with the design of these paths. Like, the way this spiral is set up feels like it's leading me to the right, but the way forward is actually to the left. The arrow sign serves more like a band-aid to counteract my reflexes, and the risk-reward shortcut path does not feel as rewarding as it should because I'm also fighting the controls, and again, the consequence is way too heavy-handed with that.
I'm thinking about it more. I think the deep pit could work if it was the only this deep around the narrow path. It could probably, yeah. Hang on, let's find out what the TTS machine. Let's find out. Where is it? Actually, since Bacon donated another 2, hang on, let's find out. Sherbet pronunciation. Let's find out. Let's find out. Help me.
Sherbet.
Yeah, I guess you're wrong. Guess you're wrong after all.
Sherbet.
What about the American one? Can I get the American one? Sherbet.
Sherbet.
Sherbet? Hang on.
Sherbet.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know, actually.
Fall time. Yoshi Valley has some deep-rooted problems, but I at least think the attempt at something this ambitious should be respected. Plus, I really like the look of the field bit and the giant egg. This idea can be done right, and it's proven by Ninja Hideaway. Now this course is goated. The optimal route isn't nearly—
Ninja Hideaway, oh my god. Thank you for the other 5. Again, the whole website's broken, so it's not even my TTS's fault. It's a hot take to say that I prefer the N64 version of Yoshi's Valley music to the 8 Wii U edition. I wouldn't say it's particularly hot. I would say strange, because I think the new one definitely has a lot more whimsy to it. I think it does what the original wanted to do, but more so. So I would say strange preference, but ultimately a bit warm. I'd say it's a bit warm. Honestly, it's like a bit warm. Bit warm.
Really as obvious, so I find myself improvising on which one I take, especially at this part where getting to this higher level relies on the timing of the spike traps, so you need to quickly change plans if you don't make it up there. Besides, its debut in Mario Kart Tour gave us Ninja Shy Guy. What costume did Yoshi Valley in Tour give us? Ew. As far as beginning racetracks go, Luigi Raceway sure is a beginning racetrack. The map is in the shape of a pinched rubber band. Biggest challenge it has to offer are these two long turns.
How ironic that it's in the shape of a pinched rubber band, considering the rubber banding in this game is fucking atrocious. Good grief. They were signaling to us from the first track, eh, Sam?
And to
Good
give
lord,
credit,
man.
it is a good training ground for drifting. The most notable part is a Luigi blimp that occasionally floats down just above the ground. For you to catch an item box that always gives you a blue shell. I quite like this, it's a
Yeah, I
nice
like that
touch,
too, yeah.
but it really needed a different spot to land because it's right in front of this item box set, so you'll likely already have the item slot taken up. But there's some other small nods I appreciate, like the Luigi display, the yellow lighting in the tunnel that I probably like a lot more than most people do. Overall pretty basic, but when it's in the same game as these, the simplicity is all the more appreciated. I just feel bad for Luigi. This is the start of him getting the white bread of racetracks in pretty much every game.
Sad,
Some
really.
of them are pretty solid, but the theming never does Luigi justice. I mean, it's green. I guess that's his whole personality. He likes green. My stance on Calamari Desert has by far shifted the most over the years.
He's a trained fence sitter, chat. He's a C-tier trained guy. How do us train enthusiasts and haters feel about this fence sitter, Mr. Sam? He's sitting on. How does that fence feel, huh? How does it feel? How does it feel, brother? How does it feel?
I
can't believe
initially
this.
loved it because of the train, and then I grew to hate it because of the train. But after replaying it recently, I think I wrapped back around to loving it ironically. The way it challenges you to beat the train to the intersection so you can have a huge lead, the way that it punishes greed in such a comical showing, the way that you manage to pull the brakes in time and witness the less fortunate, it's fucking hilarious. They knew
Admittedly, it's kind of funny seeing the CPUs not understand there's a train there and keep, like, dying. It is pretty funny, I'll give you that.
exactly what they were doing with timing this train in a way to make you think you're gonna make it, but then it just barely cuts you off. And watch these two get absolutely demolished. You can't tell me this isn't peak slapstick. But to be serious for a moment, forcing you to stop in place for a while and wait for the train to pass is objectively counterintuitive to racing, which involves a lot of going forward. The layout is nothing spectacular at all. It's just an oval. Now, there's plenty of room to take huge shortcuts thanks to all the sand, but it doesn't matter if your opponent can catch up in a dime, so I won't let train humor carry it that high in the list. But I think somewhere in the middle is appropriate for a subpar course that's good at making me laugh. This
Yeah, fair. You're far more generous than me, Mr. Sev. Far more generous. The train is a good gimmick. You'll just hit. Mad John decided to put on his contrarian overalls today. He's like, oh yes, I'm gonna show up to a So Musty stream wearing my contrarian suspenders. I do say, gamers, today I'm feeling like being a bit disagreeable today. I do say.
course just
That's how you
brings
sound.
me joy, which
That's how you
can't be
sound.
said for almost every course below this. And at number 8 is Choco Mountain. I
Choco
really
Mountain.
wish Choco Mountain was better because I love the setting. You got this brown mountain that's either made of chocolate or it's simply
You can't listen. This is cheating. This is actually just a cheat code. You can't do it. He's cheating, Kevin. He's cheating. Brown?
named after. I love this setting. You got this brown mountain that's either made of chocolate or it's simply named after it, coated in heavy fog that gives it some mystique,
do
accompanied
that.
by some real fun countryside tunes. It's a recipe for excitement, but I can't help but feel they kind of fumbled the recipe. You already know what I'm talking about. That one ledge. I think it's in the same
no!
situation as the train for Calamari Desert. It is pretty goofy that it drops you into an earlier part of the road and makes you lose a bunch of progress, especially in multiplayer if you manage to push someone down and they start seething. But I also find it to be in the same ballpark as the Yoshi Valley Chasm, where it's kinda cheap and far too punishing for one misstep. Interesting thing about this is that they actually built guardrails for lower speed classes, so that makes it clear to me that
Only plays brainworms. I feel the same way, man. I feel the same way.
this ledge wasn't an oversight, but was designed for difficulty, and I can't say this is the best way to do it, especially in a game where the computer players don't give a shit you're running behind. Like, I get that you're not going to fall if you're remotely good at this game, but it's a poor method of creating challenge nonetheless. And I also get psychic damage when I touch one of the walls while airborne and it knocks me over.
Okay,
And
that shit's annoying. The ledge, I disagree. I think the ledge is funny. But, like, the fact that at any point you can jump into the wall. Like, look at this shit's so ass. I hate this. Is the worst part of Trucker Man. I'm glad you mentioned it.
Less.
This,
and they
this
also
shit.
get psychic damage when I touch one of the walls while airborne. And
Like you touch it slightly, and by the way, even if you were to touch it like slightly, like if you were like just at the edge down here, it's still just flips you. Like, oh, sorry. It's like, so fucking annoying, man.
Knocks me over. And as I mentioned before, the enclosed landscape makes for often dysfunctional red shells. Choco Mountain is a real mixed bag. Love the
Like
theme.
it does happen in a lot of tracks, but like this is like the biggest, like the most egregious like example. It's so annoying, man. Yeah, and if you take like you can't really control yourself in midair that well neither. Like this is like I can understand what they're going for with those like kind of physics where like if you slope surface it kind of tumbles you down. But like in a stage like this, it just ends up being far more annoying than good. You know what I mean?
As the only
so
person
annoying.
who actually liked the aesthetic of Choco Island, what can I say? I love brown courses in Mario Kart. It's all the shoddy features that holds this one back to being any more than almost good.
It's cheating.
Number 7 is Mario Raceway. To me, Mario Raceway is the definition of a baseline good course and nothing more. But at this point, I'll welcome
Appeal to Mustyism and fallacy, am I right?
With open arms. It's a decent amount of fun with some tight turns around the hills and around this big mushroom. The sprawl of grassy and sandy terrain outside the road can make for some huge shortcuts. Weird to say, but the best part about Mario Raceway is to try to stay off the road as much as you can.
Literally
Apart
true.
from that, you have a harmless circuit with some nice Mario themed set pieces spread throughout. Oh, and I do really like all the balloons in the opening. Gives some more life to the course in a game full of whoa, so liminal. And at 6th place, we have Moo Moo Farm. It's kind of hard to justify putting what's basically a dirt circle in the top 6, but I don't know. For some reason, the simplicity of Moo Moo Farm works well for me. My favorite part is definitely these Monty moles that pop in and out of the ground. They're lined up on the inside of the circle, so they make the obviously optimal strategy of hugging the wall have a lot of risk to it. I really like this mechanic as it turns what would be a really easy course to master a bit tougher, because hitting a mole is actually pretty punishing. They send you flying. And in a racetrack this concise, you really can't afford big screw-ups. Sadly, that's really the only thing this course is going for. I think
that's the thing about Mario 64 though. The simpler tracks just work very well because the game is just so ass to control. I think that's the thing with a lot of the odd Mario Karts. The slippery era of Mario Kart is that it at least gave the simpler tracks a lot of like some noticeable staying power, you know? Especially with Double Dash and Super Circuit and Super Mario Kart in particular too.
I like the road being all bumpy. The bridges are pretty cool too, even if you don't actually drive on them. And I like how this map looks with the Windows XP aesthetic and all the glorious cows in the background. Not gonna lie, I kinda wish they chose to remake this for Mario Kart World instead of Moo Moo Meadows again. We still have cow representation, and it hasn't been remade since the DS. But I get it. It's a meme. I'm hip with the memes. In 5th, we have
Moo Moo Meadows.
DK's Jungle Parkway. DK's Jungle Parkway felt like the most organic course in this game. Like it was an all-natural jungle that had each section have some sort of jungly commotion. You start the race off by driving past this pretty nice river. The ferry is such a
little
nice
too
touch.
high, but
I'm sure we all
I
tried
like
to
it.
crash into it from the big jump, only for your childhood wonder to get crushed finding out it has no collision. The big jump is actually the worst part about Jungle Parkway. It's a great spectacle at first, flying over that small island,
But you just got, like,
then it drops you
turn
off at the spot
yeah.
where you have to take an immediate left. It's such an awkward situation where you have
weird.
to timidly prop yourself in the right direction. I'm sure the pro Mario Kart 64ers have a way to keep your momentum at this part, but I don't find it worthwhile to figure it out. It's an abrupt pace breaker, but thankfully the barrel gets rolling afterwards. Yeah,
Like at least in Mario Kart Wii, with the inside drifting bikes, you kind of like keep your speed somewhat going. But yeah, in this game, like that jump feels terrible.
This deep jungle path where going off the road has the natives throw rocks at you. It's a funny bit, and repelling the rocks with the star feels great. Up next is the bridge by this amazing waterfall, and it's a tight spot that's the perfect place to force players into bananas. And lastly is this big U-turn inside the cavern, where you have this final test of greed with trying to cut the turn up the hill. If it's steep enough, you'll go tumbling down, leaving you to lie and reflect on your own hubris. I like this bit a lot, especially because at the very end where it could make or break your run. Jungle Parkway has a good variety of scenery and different challenges, just held back by one glaring spot that makes me a bit reluctant to play this course again. Oh yeah, the music being 10 seconds of jungle noises sure was a decision, but I think it helps give the course more of a calm and ambient feeling. It sure isn't going on my playlist though. And now it's time for the A tiers. I did say I fancy a handful of the courses, and these are the ones I'm talking about.
So this is his big four, I'm guessing, right?
Starting with Royal Raceway.
Predictably, Royal Waithway.
It's like Mario Raceway, but for girls. I'm a boy and this sucks. Even though I think it's a bit excessive to have 3 raceways, I think this is easily the best one. I love the pink sky first and foremost, and this definitely feels like the first step into the late game. The track is plotted out with some fun, challenging turns, but not too tricky that it has you fighting against the physics. But I'm sure we all remember Royal Raceway for 2 things. One, the ginormous jump. You know me and my big jumps. This is the most stimulating part of this game to me. I love hopping into the jump and landing so hard you do a big bounce, and who could forget the poof? Sometimes your character screams from landing, which is a riot, and the other main event is what follows right after, being able to drive up to Peach's castle. To this day, I still think this is an amazing touch. It's almost the exact same scale as the one from Mario 64. I imagine they created this whole courtyard just for the podium cutscene and decided to actually put in a race course for some nice world building. There's absolutely no benefit to taking this detour, but it's awesome they let you go here nonetheless. Bad news! The castle in the remake, it's closed off.
Can you believe this? Well, anyway.
This last part before the finish line has a lot of tension.
This bit, yes, I'm glad you mentioned this bit. These last 2 turns are probably my favorite. Because like, if you drop off the edge even slightly, you go tumbling into the grass. And the next one, if you go slightly off the edge, you tumble into the water. It's just like kind of, you gotta be careful with this one.
Going off the road will have you drop into the lake or be pushed down a slope. I've had runs get completely ruined from this part. They do not fuck around. Exactly what I mean when it feels like we're stepping into the late game. All around, you got a very solid course here. It has large scope, offers a good challenge, and has god.
See, this is a stage where like the slope physics of Mario Kart 64 makes perfect sense. Because like, yeah, if you take this path, it's a bit more inwards than you should without a proper speed item. Yeah, you go tumbling into the lake. That feels like a natural hazard, you know what I mean? Especially since they introduce it very early on. I think this first turn here on the map has the same thing, where if you go a bit too inwards, if you go into the grass a bit much, you go tumbling over. It feels like a very naturally understandable thing for you, the player. Whereas in Choco Mountain, it's like, you go slightly off to the side, you tumble over on the fucking mountain. It's annoying. So I really like that about Road Race.
You got a very solid course here. It has large scope, offers a good challenge, and has, oh my god, reference of game I like. When I was talking about vibes and whimsy, I used Toad's Turnpike as an example.
He's a Toad Turnpike liker. Oh, crazy. Controversial, huh?
Multiple times.
Can't really say I was too big on this version. Ironically enough, I got the reverse opinion on Toad Turnpike. Most people seem to love the original but hate the 8 Deluxe version. Whereas on the reverse, I'm not really too big on this one. I think this one is definitely vibes maxing. The sunset glow and like the cars and the music, definitely better in this version. But to play on it is a bit... I'm okay. But I really like the 8 Deluxe version.
Because
I kind of like the 8 Deluxe version.
And this course is otherworldly. It does not feel like a real place at all, and that's what makes it so enamoring.
And I think the rubber banding in this stage is like, from my memory, is like worse than like before. Especially with like considering, I feel like the CPUs can just phase through a lot of these cars. So what's supposed to be a tough hazard for you, like this is the one stage. I know, like I think Fire Bad Sam did end up complaining about the NPCs quite a bit. I think he had a dedicated section to the CPUs, right? I think it was a very good point, especially with the rubber banding. I feel like this is the one where I noticed the rubber banding was the worst. Like it was like noticeably terrible. Like it ruined my experience because what's supposed to, like, you could like slant around the cars, like really finessing, like yeah, and like, you could get a little bit of a lead, but you just know they're gonna come right behind you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, the CPUs don't spin out on the off screen. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because like this is the one where I feel like your skill should be naturally rewarded by weaving and seamlessly between cars, but like nothing happens and they just catch up right behind you if you gain a little bit of a lead. I'm just like, it's so bad. This is the one where like the rubber banding is terrible.
Highway under the night sky. I love how you could interpret the skybox as either the sun rising or setting, or if it's lights illuminating from a distant city. That's what I find so unique about this stage.
For most of the traffic isn't tough, and then at one section, lap 1 and 3, where there's 2 cars. Oh, is it like? I guess I noticed that too. The speed. I'm glad you put. Yes, I just remembered. Yes, sometimes for some reason I didn't mention it because I thought it was just me. But since Pateo mentioned, I'm guessing this is a thing. But yes, like sometimes the CPUs would just be way out in front. I don't know if you noticed this as well, Frying Pan Sam. But sometimes like the CPUs would just be like out in front for like no reason. Like just front run like really harshly, and you're just like, I didn't crash or anything. How are you that far ahead? What happened? Yeah, this is like the one stage where I can handle the rubber banding in the rest of the game. Like it feels shitty, but I can handle it. But this is this is the one where I felt okay. I'm glad. I thought it was just me. I thought the game was gaslight. I thought it was a skill issue. I thought it was a Dandori issue. But if for some reason this stage in particular, they just speed ahead and that's it. And I'm like, what are we doing here? So like again, everything about this stage is great. The vibes, the atmosphere, the music. Even like the items being like pit stop lanes, but the computers just fucking ruin this, man. Oh my, on my mama. Oh, it's unreal. So top 3 is crazy, Mr. Sam. I'll be real with you, but hey man, it's your list, not mine.
Act of a late night commute through an elongated freeway and gave it this soothing magic, and how the music adds to that should go without saying. Nothing hits quite like this music. If I'm ever out somewhere and it's nighttime, this is one of my first choices of music to listen to. But there's a huge contrast between the vibes and the gameplay, because this is actually the most murderous track in the game. It's the first of the traffic courses in the series, having cars and trucks on the track to merge around. And you can really tell this was the first, because too much was not a thing they're worrying about. These trucks are gigantic, and they really make you feel the impact from getting hit by one face first. It only gets more unhinged when the last turn merges from 3 lanes to 2.
Oh,
it's why I'm forgiving.
That turn right fucking there. Oh, that bit. It's gonna be number 3. Mr. Sam, you showed me that clip, and you're gonna call this number 3, brother. That's atrocious. It's so bad.
It only gets more unhinged when the last turn merges from 3 lanes to 2. It's why I'm forgiving for the basic figure 8 shape. It's good to introduce such a present hazard in a simple layout. I'm very torn on this course's difficulty, however. The critical game reviewer in me sees this as too overwhelming as the first in the Flower Cup, and losing all momentum from getting hit by a car can make for a frustrating experience. Mr. Likes to have fun, however, is saying something else. Like, you have to admit, car crashes are top tier comedy. The brutality of getting swept by a school bus, or even getting comboed by 2 trucks, seeing another person getting annihilated absolutely sends me. The adrenaline...
Like, admittedly, yeah, in multiplayer, I don't think there's a track I'd want to play more than Toad's Turnpike. That is true. But, like, as a stage, it is like a fucking nightmare, you know?
Rush from trying to squeeze between those 2 lanes at the end, and they drive against you in extra mode? Rare extra mode W? You really have to be something special to give such powerful, conflicting emotions between thinking about it to actually getting involved. It might sound like I'm justifying this course's ranking the same way I did with Calamari Desert, by just saying it's funny, but the key difference is that when you remove the funny from the train, you're just left with a great inconvenience to the race. But when you remove the shock value from Toad's Turnpike's cars, you're still left with a consistently engaging and dangerous obstacle, even if it's admittedly a bit too aggressive. While I find thrill and shenanigans from these overbearing threats, I also understand if someone finds them to be too overwhelming. Turnpike has a real you either fuck with it or you don't energy, but I do. I really do. The feelings this course gives really can't be recreated.
Should you also rank a track how it's based on multiplayer, though? I mean, you could. It depends on, like, your ranking. I think if you establish that before... I think, in a general sense, when you're watching a ranking, you're probably assuming it's, like, the single-player experience. You can mention multiplayer, but I think you'd have to make that clear. Does it make sense?
And it's a shame that this course never got remade. That's right. Never. There is no Toad's Turnpike remake. What, that? What? Nah, that's Toad's dumb fucking city. It's okay, they get mixed up a lot. In a game that can be mentally draining to
okay, Boston Building, calm down. Okay, Boston Building, alright.
Through withstanding courses that surpass 5 minutes, every race feeling like a war zone, it makes me love the serenity of Cuba Chuba Beach all the more. With its relaxing tropical tunes and the vast horizon of the ocean. All that talk about the isolating feeling from earlier. Cuba Chuba Beach is, in my eyes, the way to make a Mushroom Cup
There is
track.
no turnpike in Boston, say. But yeah, what's it? Cuba Beach in second is fantastic. I like it. Listen, the video is good, therefore I'm gonna like it again.
It has a high skill ceiling to get the pro gamers coming back. Like DK's Jungle Parkway, it has a mighty test of greed. We have this ramp where if you launch yourself with just the right angle, you can land in this tunnel and come out from the waterfall, giving you a huge lead. It's pretty tricky to pull off since it's at a weird angle compared to the other ramps, and the hole is pretty small too. I end up being a complete loser on every attempt, but when that rare Sam W kicks in, it's the best I ever feel playing this game. And the best part of all is being so far from the other computer players means you can have peace and quiet for longer than 10 seconds. It's worth it just for that alone. Although it would be nice if these dash ramps were, you know,
actual dash ramps.
This cool flashy pattern makes me think it's gonna launch me, but it just ends up feeling really cheap. At the end of the day, it still offers some fun shortcuts, but it would have helped if they had a wooden pattern or something to show that
there's no way TS is your go. We're not talking about TS, we're talking about Cuba Drew Beach.
just a normal ramp and not a dash ramp. I really like how the beach setting allows for a very open race course. No part feels all that linear. You can stay along the sand, or you can go for a fun little swim. This course knows when to let loose. It doesn't always have to be this tightly structured and streamlined racetrack. It's just a vast shoreline with enticing challenges throughout. I love that it offers both a soothing and challenging experience, depending on what you're looking for that day. But the funny thing is, the number 1 slot is a complete contrast of tone, yet I love it even more.
Wow, guys, are you shocked? Are you shocked that another N64 ranking has N64 BC as the best one in the game? Wow, Mr. Sam, boring, crazy stuff. Yeah, it is like well and by far the best stage in the game. It's not
getting
even
into
close.
64's one and only S tier track.
Literally.
You all know it, you all love it. I found so many
still
parts about Mario Kart
underrated.
64
Get
to
outta
age
here.
horribly upon replay, but miraculously, my thoughts and feelings on its iteration of Bowser's Castle hold up heavenly. I can't say for certain if this is the best Bowser's Castle per se, but it's absolutely the weirdest and creepiest. I'm aware I'm going to be sounding like the SpongeBob roller coaster image, so I want to be clear that I'm talking about how spooky it is relative to Super Marcus. The minimal geometric look of the game does a great service to the uncanny feel of the castle and all of its rooms. It's like this.
I like to imagine. I like again. I don't want to inject a bit of too many mustyisms into this video, but like I like to like my headcanon now is you saw like this was shortly after the stream where we watched that Minecraft video. Why Minecraft Peaceful is very terrifying. So Prime was like, oh shit, I'm gonna sound like that doofus. So I was like, clarify, it's Mario. Guys, I mean by Mario baby standards, okay? I just want to clarify. I don't want to sound like that peaceful mode video.
Set of random hallways and rooms that don't really feel natural together. What also makes this castle so weird is what it chooses to focus on. Like, a garden and just a whole lot of thwomps.
Bowser's garden?
That's another thing. These thwomps behave in such an out-of-pocket
the thwomps
way.
are the best,
They actually move
honestly.
around and shit. You can't do that. Stop. Oh, and if you happen to get crushed by them, they beat you into the ground and start laughing. They're enjoying this shit. That damn laugh, man. Especially when you pass by that one room with the sidestepping thwomps and you can still hear it echoing through the halls. You have to admit it's pretty chilling. Fun little fact, by the way, it's the same laugh as Wario but pitched down. And of course, you can't talk about this course without talking about the thwomp behind bars, Marty. That's his canon name, by the way. Anyone denouncing that is plain wrong. Now I have such nostalgia of going down this rabbit hole on YouTube with conspiracies of ways to send bail for Marty.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
There's so much mystery
Oh my
and
god.
intrigue
Wait,
behind
is there a video that... Hang on. Hey, is there a video of Marty being freed from... I need to see it. Listen. I need to link it to me. I need to see it.
everything in this
I need to see it. I
castle.
need
And
to see
thankfully,
it.
the
Is there actually a big Marty conspiracy? I need to see it.
race course carries its own weight.
Is he
As
loose?
it should be. It's quite difficult.
juice is
that one
loose?
room with the bridge over the lava makes my cheeks clench. The spiral tower does feel pretty rough at first, but with enough practice,
My
it can
brother
feel
got
pretty
free.
satisfying to drift around. And it has
It's
an
a Marty
exciting
party.
finisher, jumping over the lava and around these structures with such a great view of the endless void. And there you have it. A Bowser castle like no other. A Mario Kart track like no other. You got difficulty perfectly matching the setting, a bizarre take and emphasis on thwomps, a haunting soundtrack, all these bits and pieces that get your imagination stirring. It all culminates to not only the most memorable course in this game, not only my favorite course in this game, but one of my favorites in all of Mario Kart. And I'm very glad that we got to end this review on such a positive note.
It is...
Oh shit, it's
fair.
the end? And you watched all of it?
Crazy.
That's kind of awesome, man.
Oh, I know, right? I know, I'm the best.
I don't think I've
I'm the
played
best
a
guy
game
ever made.
that's aged worse than Mario Kart 64. As a kid, this was my bread and butter. I'd find myself immersed in these surreal landscapes paired with the ethereal soundtrack, and there were missing pieces in the world that left me speculating, and it made for an unforgettable time with the family. It makes sense why, because when you're
Your
a
father.
kid, at least from my POV, you treat these kind of sandbox-like games as playgrounds, a space to explore and have fun. It would explain why I'm mostly stuck with time trials, and if I did play Grand Prix, I would have to be on 50cc, so it wasn't too scary. But growing up, you approach games differently. You want to master your skills, beat anything the game throws at you, and experience all it has to offer. And once I approached this game as an actual game with skills to learn and goals to achieve, I found out that this kind of blows. To say it's an awful game would be hyperbolic, but I definitely can't say it's a good one. Although it does have some remarkable high points, it's not without the N64 magic, its visual and music direction are unmatched, and neither is that battle mode. But nostalgia and one good side mode...
Hang on, sorry guys. Hang on. Firstly, I guess you say he's critical of nostalgia. Hang on. Matthew. Say that again? Or was it this video is fine? Listen, Mr. Fool, I want to need a 5-page essay in my Discord as to why Frying Pan Sam's the best YouTuber. Then you can be unbanned, okay? I believe in you, brother. All right. Goodbye.
I can't carry an entire game, especially when the most important contents are absolutely botched. There's a pitiful selection of racetracks where I don't want to touch like half of them, and the single player is broken in so many respects. Uncomfortable controls, random things causing you to spin out, CPUs with zero chill, with nothing but disappointment as a reward for your troubles. And while yeah, some of these unhinged elements make for an exciting multiplayer match,
it certainly does.
Multiplayer is a huge factor in Mario Kart, but as I've said before, that's not the only thing that matters in Mario Kart. This series should not be reduced to the type of game that you only pop in and out for parties. The objectives of getting gold cups.
Yeah, I mean, who would do that? Am I right, guys? Who would only play Mario Kart when he's like streaming it or when friends are over? I would never do that, gamers. I am a Mario Kart guy. All right, I play it all the time. Sam. Okay, I'm one of you guys. I'm one of you guys, all right?
And unlocking new things.
I'm one of you guys, all right?
So when Mario Kart 64 is a title where both the journey and destination is shitty, the most.
Oh, is it working now? Is it back? Wait, hang on. What happened to all the other? There's like a gap in time of stuff. Oh my god, it's working. It's working again. Oh my god. It's like he's the link to this aura. I mean,
multiplayer being fun, but far from the only game where you can say that, and having only one side mode being truly superior, I'm afraid that Mario Kart 64 has to be the weakest in the whole series. At the very least, out of the games we've covered so far, it's getting the lowest score, but I really can't see any future games rating lower. While I do think this game is kinda bad now, that doesn't mean that Mario Kart 64 was never good. If it was always shit...
No, it was never good. Okay, JonTron lied to me. JonTron lied to me. All right, he said the N-word. Okay, therefore.
Why has this game gotten so much praise? How come this supposedly bad
people
Mario
online
Kart
have
got
ruined
all
everything?
the glory from the internet a while back? And why couldn't my younger self ever put it down? Is it nostalgia? Most likely yes, but I feel like when someone has nostalgia for something, it comes from experiencing at least some genuine quality it has to offer. It's clearly a product for its time, but I bet it was a fantastic product. Standards for video games naturally rise over time, both subjectively from the player growing up and their sensibilities changing, and from the general presence of the industry shifting. So maybe in the late 90s and 2000s, especially when you're a child who's only asking for a simplistic racing game you could play with your friends.
I say so these are 5.5 or 6. I don't know. Like, maybe 4 is a bit harsh, but I would say like at most it's a 5. There's no way in my scale. I don't think it goes higher than a 5. Like for me, my scale, like 5 is like you're equally as good as you are bad. That's what 5 is to me. So there's no way this game, like, so this being lower than a 5 makes sense to me. I could see this being a 4 because there's definitely less good than there is. There's more bad than there is good to me. At least off the top of my head. Now he's sounding a bit too essayist for me. All right, Mechanical Matamar. Once again, brother, 5-hour essay in my Discord as to why Frying Pan Sam's the best guy ever made, okay? Good luck, loser.
Friends, maybe this was all you ever needed. It was all I ever needed. So even if today's standards make Mario Kart 64 an unbearable...
Hey, Moresty, you're gonna get Switch 2 on launch day? 5-hour essay on why... Yeah, no, I am actually. Should be able to get on launch day. Should do an unboxing stream.
Game more often than not, I wouldn't take back the time I had with it all those years ago. And if you like this game purely from its service as a time capsule, I really can't blame you. Some games can...
Damn it, Sam, you're being too No, you're not fair.
Age like milk, but that's okay. I still feel content from enjoying it way back when. Having a miserable time with it now does not reverse the fond memories I had with it. I may not think Mario Kart 64 is a good game, not today, but I'm very much grateful that I was there when all I ever cared about was busting Marty out of jail. And when even the weakest entry in Mario Kart can at least offer something special to me, that's just a testament to how phenomenal this series is.
Again, I've never really tried the battle mode, chat. That's why, like, again, for the 10K stream, I want to see, I don't know how much time we'll spend on it, but I definitely want to see if there's some people with like the NSO plus EP. We could try some 64 like battle mode. I never played the 64 battle mode before. Literally never played it. So I wouldn't mind giving it a try, see how fun it is, if we can get the connection to work.
And it means that we can only go up from here with Mario Kart Super Circuit.
What?
It's the Mario Kart...
Listen, Mr. All I'll say, Mr. Sam, is be very careful. Be very, very careful, okay? Okay? Be very, very careful when it comes to Super Psycho, okay? I'll be watching that video with great intrigue, my man. Be very, very careful, okay? Sleep with one eye open when I'm sleeping. One
I played the
eye.
least, so I cannot wait to not replay it soon because I think I'll be busy playing the actual fun game.
Fuck's sake. Oh, the actual fun game? That's it. I'm done. I'm disliking now. You know, I'm unsubscribing. I'm unsubscribing. It's over. It's over. It's frying pan over. All right, it's frying pan over. It's frying pan over, lad. Can't be doing that. Crying. I'm crying big tears. All right, I'm crying. I'm in shambles, lads. The whole video was ruined because of the ending. Guys, can we get it back down to 5.93? No, as always, Mr. Sam, cinema. Come on now. Come on now. Was there ever any doubt, chat? We left Frame Pen Sam here, folks. We left Frame Pen Sam. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. All right, listen. What are we at now, chat? What are we at now? We're at 5.96. Guys, can we get to Bravo 6 is cancelled until we get to 5. I'm kidding. Let's go into the trenches. Probably not going to spend too long because probably not a lot of comments, but we'll see what people have been saying. We'll see what the nice comments have been saying. Oh, no. We're getting the musty pan yap sesh. I mean, if Frying Pan Sam's in the Discord, I don't mind pulling him in if he fancies it. It's up to him, really. I'm in the Discord. The question is he? Let's go. Warrior Stadium Defender here. The main reason I like this track is the sheer length is not only kind of funny, but also feels like a long marathon with a test of endurance without going way too far like this game's Rainbow Road. Aren't they like comparable in length though? Like, aren't they both about like 6-ish minutes? Does that mean? So I'm like, at least the Rainbow had his vibes. This is shit. It's like, is it fight? Yeah, no, that's not. This is still terrible. I also like the idea of the track you just go straight forward and it just requires driving skill and focusing mainly on the bumpy terrain and turns. Well, if anything, if you just wanted like driving skill focusing on mainly bumpy terrain, surely Choco Island has you covered a bit more in that front. I feel like I have more difficulty like haranguing myself around the bumps of Choco Island than I ever did on Warrior Stadium, but sure, I guess. I know it does go kind of against what Mario Kart does with this track design. This was a pretty original idea for the series. No. I recognize this guy, so I'll be nice. But yeah, common default Danielle. Common. Research. I love your review. Yeah, see, Frying Pan Sam fan, I upvote. It's really cool to see how much you improved these MK retrospectives. True. Linkara mentioned, therefore upvote. That's type of shit you'd see in the Garfield show. I laughed at that as well. So therefore, the best MK64 review on the planet. I think mine was better, but nice. Downvote. I find it funny to say Mario Kart 64 Truth is called Super Mario Got Dated when the game screws are so bad that flicking the stick fucking spins you out. Actually crazy, huh? It's actually crazy. Bro, listen, it's a good day, chat. I lived long enough in this world for 64 to become the hated Mario Kart. God is good. God is good on this day, gamers. Don't slander the Garfield show. How about I slander your face, Saul, okay? 1 minute of Garfield show. I bet it sucks. Your childhood was bad, and it's Skibbity Toilet. Bang a video. Oh, it's CJ Adams! Bang a video, Mr. Sam. Honestly, well, the game's still deployable for multiplayer. There's a lot of the games to play nowadays. True. I said FPS. I'm like, FPS? Oh, Frying Pan Sam. I was like, a first-person shooter video. What the fuck? What the hell? Thanks so much, Kobe. Watch to the end. Hang on. A brief pause in the Bravo 6. All right, let's see. Where's the surprise?
I can't feel my nipples. I'm not lying to y'all.
Why did you get that clip from? Hey, yo, Nintendo Land's a fucking freak. Holy shit. Brother, man. Hang on, can I see that again? Hang on, I want to move aside. Hang on. I want to move aside. Hang on.
I can't feel my nipples. I'm not lying to y'all.
Where did you find that one, lad? Good lord. Oh, man. Brilliant. You know what? Don't know W, all right? Normally when people say, oh, check this thing out, Moresty, I'm normally like, listen, it's probably not as funny as you think it is, but you know what? Kobe? Appreciate it. Included that to get around the blacklist. Yeah, is that what it was? Interesting. Let's keep reading a bit more, shall we, before we go. I love your witty humor and your nuanced perspective. True, same here. He's got jokes, and he's a zoomer, and he's got analysis. Crazy. How does that work, right, guys? Oh, I reckon it's Blue Mario Gaming. He's one of the subs I sent to you. Mario's actually gritting his teeth in the thumbnail because he's in second place in Toad Time and he's to lock the fuck in. True. Spin out rule only applies to 150. Still sucks. What do you mean? Bro couldn't feel his nipples over the brothership. Oh man, remember guys, Nintendo Land unlisted that live stream, by the way. We bullied a small YouTuber to unlisting his stream, gamers. So what is that? Racist and a bully. How many more accolades, how many more badges of honor are we gonna wear, chat? How many more badges of honor? It's basically how I feel about the game. Such a vibe. You know what, fair? What's up, game guy? We're building up our badges of honor. For the 10K spot, I'm gonna see if I can find like some cartoon, like some medals. You know, like some like medals you could just pin to your shirt. I have one that just says racist and the other that says bully. Oh man. Discovered you less than a week ago. Real man. Fucking love me some Sam. Great video. Was honestly expecting to relentlessly shit on 64. What, Mr. Sam? Yeah? Nah, he's better than that. Mr. Sam is better than that, okay? All the way, it seems like all the comments are nice. As a Sam, I enjoy this content. Even Wario Enthusiast. Amazing. He's the man. All his videos slam. I'm a big fan. Prosecutor Wario. With the Rapario. I love it. Another bizarre Mario Kart video. No, nothing bizarre about Sam, okay? Nothing bizarre about Sam, okay? He's the GOAT. Good video. I guess. I'll leave my comment, okay? I'll leave my comment and I'll call it a day, gamers. Fun! A fun time was had by all, gamers. A fun time was had by all. One more time, gamers. Give it up. For Mr. Sam. Sam, the frying man. I'll be waiting for your next video with great intrigue, my fella. And we'll leave that there.